Hi everyone, this is Emily Sheltry with a quick video on best practices for the upcoming career fair. This year's career fair is taking place in Shield Campus Center, September 18th, and then it will be followed by an optional interview day on September 19th. This video will cover who should attend the career fair, some quick tips from the counseling center about managing networking anxiety. We will talk about how to do your research before the fair, develop an elevator pitch, what you should wear to the career fair, and then we will follow up with some interview prep. As a quick note, if you're a returning student, you may have in the past seen virtual fairs advertised. This year's career fair will be in person only. So when you see that date, September 18th, know that that is in person only. So first of all, who should attend the career fair? Everyone really should attend the career fair. Employers will be seeking interns, co-ops, full-time candidates, and they'll be seeking master's, doctorate, and postdoctorate candidates as well. They'll also be seeking students from all majors. It's also a really great opportunity to know what to expect. So if you're a first-year student and maybe you don't feel quite ready for the career fair, that's okay. If you're in first-year seminar, you should be getting information soon about how to sign up for a tour. Definitely do that. The reason is that it is so much nicer to attend the career fair after you have an idea of what to expect. And so if you attend this year, then maybe next semester or next year when you're looking for an internship or a co-op, you'll know what to expect and you'll have already experienced what it's like, how busy it is. So this is a great strategy from the counseling center here at Clarkson. I would actually recommend pausing this and trying it out. This is a really great thing to practice if maybe walking into the career fair or walking into an interview, you're starting to feel a little bit nervous. This can just help you feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more centered. So before the career fair, a really great first step is to see who's actually coming to the career fair. And what you'll want to do is go to clarkson.joinhandshake.com, sign in with your campus SSO, and make sure that if it's asking you questions, you just go through those questions to get to this home screen. From this home screen, you click Events, Career Fairs at your school, and then September 18th, the in-person day. There is a quick schedule here about everything that we have going on to prepare you, some other great opportunities to connect with employers. This page is also where you will want to look for the career fair map. So that's not live yet, but if you click this map tab, that is where these will be. If you click all employers, this will give you the full list of employers that are attending the fair. We have over 200, so it's unlikely that you'll actually be able to see everybody. And so one great way to narrow it down a bit is to actually choose different filters. So you might say, I'm looking for a job, and maybe as a major, I will choose biology. These are all companies who have said that they're looking for full-time candidates in biology. If you click View Details, you can read a little bit more about them, see what they're hiring for. And if you click on an employer's profile, you'll actually see jobs that they have posted, an overview, people who work there, and which events they're attending. So in this case, they are attending the career fair, but they're also attending the professional societies mixer that's happening in the morning before the fair. So keep that in mind if you make a list for yourself of which employers you'd like to see, where they are. That will just help you to navigate the fair that much better. It's also a great idea to figure out why you think that you would be a good fit for that employer. So when you're reading their about section, when you're reading through their job description, what is it about them that makes you feel like you would be a positive, like, connection for them? You should also think a little bit about what questions you have as well. Be prepared to talk about yourself, answer questions, share things about your academics, about your professional experience, campus involvement, and really anything else that you think that they should know about you. One great way to do that is what is called an elevator pitch. And it's called an elevator pitch because it should be short enough to actually present in an elevator. So 20 to 30 seconds is really the longest that you want to go. And it's just a recap. It's a recap of who you are and what you do. So keep in mind that your elevator pitch is not sharing everything about who you are. It's just a way to help that recruiter understand that they want to know more about you. They want to invite you for an interview or they want to take your resume. So don't try to pack this full of everything. If you pause here, you can practice this template if you'd like, but it's definitely important to think a little bit about either who you would like to see and why, or if, for example, you were walking around the career fair and you see an employer that maybe you just didn't get a chance to research, or maybe you didn't notice them in your research, try to figure out what it was that made you interested. So it is okay to introduce yourself and say, hey, honestly, I didn't get a chance to research you, but I saw this really cool model airplane that you have here. I would love to know a little bit more about that and what you do. It's also a really great idea to have some questions prepared. So say, for example, you give your elevator pitch and then you're sort of, maybe there's a lull in the conversation. Use these conversational questions or conversational questions that you come up with to make this whole interaction more conversational. You can pause as I go along here, but some great things to ask about are company culture, maybe a specific role that you've seen in your research. You can ask about the recruiter's experience. Keep in mind that lots of the recruiters that come to the career fair are actually Clarkson alumni. And so they'll be excited to connect with you, but they'll also be excited to hear about the things that you're doing on campus, what you're up to. Maybe if you are part of a club or an organization, or even taking a class, for example, with a professor that they really liked. You can also ask about things like opportunities for growth or even how to stay in touch. So keep in mind, as you are meeting with recruiters, they are trying to meet as many students as possible. And so don't get overwhelmed or don't feel bad if there are other people waiting to talk to that recruiter as well. You really do have as much right to be there and to connect with that recruiter as anyone else. But keep in mind that that recruiter will want to spend a limited amount of time with you just so that they can spend a little bit of time with everybody. And a good way to handle that is if you're feeling that the conversation is maybe just starting to wind down a little bit, say goodbye, say thank you. But you can also ask if you can connect with them on LinkedIn or Handshake, or maybe even through email if they're willing to share a business card with you. But just think a little bit about how you might want to stay in touch as well. What to wear to the career fair is another question we get fairly often. Business professional or business formal is great. But you'll notice that across different industries, there may be some differences in what they consider to be sort of standard. So I think if you're wearing a suit, you're never overdressed, but business is appropriate as well. So business formal or business professional usually is a full suit. And so that might be a blazer with matching skirt or matching slacks. Typically, it's a button-up shirt with a tie or a nice blouse. And usually business professional is neutral colors. So that would be gray, navy, black, brown, your basic neutrals. Business is just like slightly under business professional in terms of formality. So you do still want either a button-up shirt or a blouse, so a nice top. And then you might wear dress pants or skirts, maybe a blazer, maybe a coat. And in both cases, you're going to be wearing dress shoes. Please keep in mind that comfort is important as well. So when you actually go into the career fair, we will have a floor that's over the ice on the hockey arena in Shield. So you'll be walking down those stairs and you'll be walking quite a bit. Please do wear comfortable shoes. Iron your clothes if you can, just because it makes a nice impression. If you find yourself later on in a Zoom interview or an interview that's on video, just double check how patterns and prints look on camera. Be mindful of distractions. And most importantly, remember that clothing is not as important as making meaningful connections. So just do your best to look nice, look presentable, but don't stress about it. And visit the Career Center if you do need help with any of these things. During the career fair, it's a great idea to arrive as early as you can. So the career fair starts at 11 a.m. As soon as you can, if you start to meet recruiters and find that maybe you're waiting in line a little bit, giving yourself as much time as possible is a really great way to make sure that you can see all of the people that you actually want to see. You can bring your resume with you. The Career Center has resume printing set up outside of our office. So in the ERC, just across from the Career Center and International Centers on the second floor, there's a printer that's full of resume paper. You can stop by, print out your resume. It's also a great idea to bring paper, maybe a pen, so that after you have a good conversation with somebody, you can jot down their name, jot down their company, and connect with them later on. As a reminder, it's still really great to just end with a thank you or a nice meeting you, letting that recruiter know that you appreciated their time. After the fair, if you have taken that time to record names or important reminders about conversations, it's really great to send a thank you note. Usually those would be via LinkedIn or Handshake. Again, sometimes they might be via email if that person was willing to share with you. But you can pause this here. This is just an example. But this is a great way to just stay in touch, right? So maybe you meet somebody, but you're not quite ready for the internship program that they have set up, or they're looking for someone with just a little bit more experience. You want to keep in touch so that when you are ready for that opportunity, you're able to reconnect with that person easily. It's also very important to check for phone calls and emails. So as I mentioned in the beginning, employers may stay for September 19th, so the day after the career fair, That's an optional interview day for employers. Many of our employers will leave the career fair and sit down with each other and actually talk about who they would like to interview. After the career fair, so that night of September 18th, you might get an email or a phone call from an employer who would like to who would like to interview with you the next day. If your voicemail is not professional or if it's not set up, they might not have a way to connect with you or contact you. So don't miss out on that opportunity. Just make sure you feel good about your voicemail, and that you check your email regularly. One really great way to make sure that you feel prepared is to check out the Career Center's intranet page. So it's intranet.clarkson.edu, Student Life, and Career Center. There are lots of great resources here, but of course the one we're looking for is interviews. And this page will give you tips and tricks, tell you a little bit about negotiations, and then also give you some great like sample interview questions, types of interview questions, etc. So do check that out if you're interested. And most importantly, let us know if you have questions. You can email us at career@clarkson.edu. Definitely check your email. So the Career Center sends out at least one email every day from Handshake while we're planning the fair, while we're getting ready for the fair. And that will have lots of great resources, lots of great events, so many things to help you get prepared. And then finally, if you have last minute questions or you would just like one more critique, you can also check in with the Clarkson Writing Center. Most importantly, remember that these employers are here to see you because you are great, capable, professional students. They're paying money to see Clarkson students because they know how awesome you are. Have a great day, and good luck with Career Fair.